So one of the number one questions I get is, where do those evil, bad people go when they die? Or, maybe you're asking yourself, you're watching this video, maybe, what did I do? Am I okay? Am I going to go to this hell place or what have you? So I made this video so I can try to answer that and tell you what I know about kind of how this process would work or what might happen. It's coming from 10 years of studying NDEs and also having an NDE back in 2015. And I was also unconscious for about 2 months after that in the hospital. I went through a whole bunch of stuff. But I wanted to make this video to kind of answer that question because there's so much out there. One, as a child growing up, I never believed in hell. So I have to put that aside for a minute because so many people were taught about this in religion and everything else. Everything points to that if you've done something bad, you're going to either go to hell, but first you're going to be judged by whatever God you worship, and he's going to decide whether you get to stay in this beautiful heaven-like place or are you going to go burn in for eternity and be tormented by demons and devils, okay? This is what I know. After talking to so many people, going through it myself, I'll tell you this. Whatever state you are in, whatever you have done when you leave here is personal to you, okay? There isn't, I don't know, any near-death experiencers. There might be a few who said there is a God who judged them, but no. There isn't a God who judges you. There isn't that person who decides what you do. It is self-judgment. It is a review. So when you leave here, you'll go like bad people, good people, everybody. You do go through a life review. That part is very, very real. I mean, we all agree on that. And I actually had one myself. And that's where, however long it takes, it goes a lot faster than you think it would because time, space, reality is different after here. You see everything from the point of view, how you treated other people. You will feel how you treated other people. You will know how you treated other people. That would probably be the worst thing, if anything. I did some terrible things, not like really bad, but I mean, as far as like, growing up, I grew up in the 80s. I did a lot of drugs, did a lot of drinking, did a lot of all that. I did a lot of stuff that religion, I'm like a triple coupon offender, according to religion. And I will tell you, nothing bad happened to me. I got to know exactly how I made other people feel during those times when I was a big partier. I also got to know how, like when I had a terrible childhood, people hated me when I was a child, but I got to see why they hated me and I got to feel that, I got to know that. So that stuff actually is very useful. I don't know anybody, any evil person or anything that's in a tormenting hell. There is, however, and this is interesting, it's a vibrational match of where you go. So say you're a person here who just hated everything and you were mean to everybody and you probably did some mean things or bad things. You couldn't possibly go to a vibration that was very, very high, very, very joyous, very, very all that. You're going to be in a vibration or with other beings in that same vibration that you were in when you were here. We'll call it vibration. But whatever, if that was your mood, you're going to be around others that are like that. You don't have to stay there, though. Anything you see that you don't like, it can be changed right away. You got to remember that. So even if you did end up in hell because, well, you thought that you should burn in hell for all the things you did, you may very well see someplace like that. But the moment you realize that you don't like it there, you're going to be gone anyway. Hell to me is a construct in consciousness. It's man's consciousness. We put it there. I don't see it as a destination or an actual place, It's the same with heaven, We always talk about we're going to die, we're going to go to heaven. So you got to be here, and then people call this hell on earth, which is fine. But I'll tell you this, if you think this is hell on earth, you can change it anytime you want, just like over there. If you ended up someplace because you were a bad person here and you ended up in that bad low vibration and all that, you can change that too. It's all in here. It's consciousness. You create everything, and even more so after death. You create everything, you know? So as far as being a bad, evil person, yeah, you might not see a lot of bad, evil people wherever you go because you're going to be in a different vibration. If you were a good person, if you're or what you presume to be a good person, you're not going to be in that vibration. You'll never see them anyway. You won't, and they won't see you. So if there's somebody here that was really bad to you or something like that, and you always say, I don't ever want to see them again, well, you couldn't possibly see them again because you wouldn't be a match for that vibration, you know? But people change and beings change and we learn. So when you go through this life review, you learn, you see what you've done and you have the opportunity to correct it, but you correct it for yourself. You're sitting with others, but they're not judging you. It's like your guides, your angels, whatever, they sit with you while you go through this, and it's kind of more like observing. It's like watching your own movie, except for the fact you feel how you made others feel. So if you've done a lot of good, I will tell you this, the times where the stuff that the unselfish acts and the things I did that I just never really thought about, just kind of did them, you got to see how you made that person feel, and it was amazing. So I highly, advise you to do as many good things as you can to people, make people smile and do that, because you get to feel how you made those people feel. The same thing if you do something bad. Everybody, all things are reconciled in the end. All things are taken care of in the end. It's all good. Everybody learns. And the ones who don't learn, they either come back and redo it over and over again. You don't have to worry about those people. And you don't have to sit here and you don't have to wish bad things on people because they did bad things. Because in effect, by doing that, you're doing something bad. If you're wishing harm to others, that's just as bad as them committing the harm. Not quite as bad, but you know what I mean. I'll tell you, forgiveness is the way. And forgiveness doesn't mean you forgive what someone does. That doesn't mean, that's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is just saying, you know what? It's in the past. It's done. I can move on from this. And you just kind of take your power back. So, bad and evil people, evil people, they go their own way. They get to see what they see, but they're not burning in a fiery lake of hell. And you'd have to be a pretty awful, awful human being to burn in hell. And I'm sure some people, when they leave here, will probably see hell. But it's not because it's real. It's because that's what they're projecting, because that's where they think they belong. It's very true. All things are forgiven. It's just whether you can forgive it. I hope that helped. If you have questions or you have stories, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, please leave a comment and subscribe. And hey, be a good person if you can. I mean, we all do stuff that's bad at some point. But don't let anybody else dictate to you or threaten you with something to make you be a certain way. Because you know what? If you're a bad person who doesn't want to be bad because they're afraid of hell, you're not a good person to begin with. If you need that threat, then there's something else wrong. Be good, be yourself, have a good time. Thanks for listening, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.